Tuesday, September 12th, dinner is steak and cheese. I have mine on a gluten-free bun. I'm not even attempting to make it stay on there. I'm just going to eat it however I can. And tater tots. I have American cheese provolone. This is shaved steak from Walden. And onions and mushrooms we had left over from last week's grocery haul. So that's dinner. I'll also have some ketchup with my tots. Instead of doing bread, my husband just put his in a bowl, and that's how he's going to eat it. It is Thursday, the 14th of September, and we ran out of things to eat in the fridge. One of the things I planned on eating this week, the meat had gone bad, so we didn't end up making that. So I am making this veggie stir fry with whatever I have on hand. So I have a zucchini I pulled out of my garden, some carrots, some red pepper left over from last week's grocery haul, and a little bit of red onion, and I am sauteing this up in some olive oil with salt and pepper. I have water boiling to make these udon rice noodles, which I actually use as lo mein noodles in some dishes, so I'm going to use that. Then I just realized I am almost out of coconut aminos. There is not much left in this bottle, and I have a very small amount of tamari, but I started pulling other things out of the fridge that maybe I can use. I have fish sauce. I have hoisin sauce, which has soy sauce in it. I have this gochujang chili paste. I have tom tom sauce. And I have this tamarind sauce, which also has soy sauce in it, that is gluten-free. So I'm going to make this work for my vegetable lo mein I'm making. And then I am making Asian meatballs. Normally it's Asian pork meatballs, but I have a pound of pork and a pound of beef. And then I already ground up some carrots, red pepper, onion, and garlic. In here I will grate some ginger, and I have some cilantro I'm going to use, and that will get mixed in with the meat to make our meatballs. I have no idea if I even said this because I'm trying to go fast, but I had cilantro left over from some pico I made earlier in the week, and I soaked it in some cold water to kind of freshen it up, and I'm going to add this into the meatballs as well. Alright, so I'm popping the meatballs into the oven. Here is a partial tray, and then I have a large full tray. I thought I overcooked the noodles, and I drained them, but then I accidentally undercooked the noodles, so I'm just going to let these cook. I'm going to add a little bit more water. Let them absorb that. Then I'm going to saute this in some oil, add a little bit of sesame oil, and my sauces. It's not my best lo mein, but it is good. So that's the lo mein with veggies. And here are the meatballs. I cut one open so you can see that it has all kinds of vegetables inside. And I'm going for a walk to get a little exercise today. And I might forget to film my plate when I get back. So I just wanted to show you what dinner looks like. Okay, so it is Thursday, September 21st, and we have been living off of the stuff that I just posted in the Sunday meal prep for quite a few days. In addition to that, my husband cooked up some chicken tenders, like not the breaded kind, the kind that comes raw, and he cooked those up in the air fryer, and he's been having salads for lunch. I also purchased some grapes at the grocery store, and we have snacky food. So I have this hoisin chicken that we pulled out of the freezer a couple days ago. These are chicken thighs. Right into this chicken grease-filled air fryer, I am going to put this root vegetable fry mix from Trader Joe's. I've never had it before, but we're going to try it. Hi, it's Kate from Your Own Joy. It's Thursday, September 21st, and I'm just going to start showing you some meals. Things are going to be a little bit different because I am doing Sunday meal prep, and I put up a video about that, but I am cooking again today, and if I cook anything else, or I could just include my Sunday meal prep on this video, we'll see. So I'll show you my plate. I'll show you what I'm making and show you my plate when I'm all done. Here is dinner, the veggie fries, the Brussels sprouts, and the chicken. Hi, today is Saturday, what day is it? What date is it? It is the 23rd of September. And normally I do Sunday meal prep, or at least that's what I've been trying to do. I've been out of the house all morning, but my husband has gotten a lot done. The dishes are done. The kitchen's kind of wiped up a little bit, which is fabulous. My plan for today, it's a rainy day. I am going to start getting some of the tomatoes and other things that I have gathered into the crock pot to make some pasta sauce, some tomato sauce, and then I will pull out some to freeze and then hopefully put meatballs and sausage into the crock pot to cook those so that we can eat off of the rest of this weekend and this upcoming week. So that is the plan. I'll show you what I'm adding as I add it. So it's already almost 2 o'clock. We'll see how much of this, oh, not focusing, I can get done. I have this big bag of frozen tomatoes and zucchini that I had in my deep freezer. I pulled that out and I'm going to dump this into my crock pot. This is kind of going to be an ongoing process because I can only fit, oh, that fell, so much into my crock pot at once. So I'll turn this on high, and as this cooks down, I will keep adding things and I will show you. Another thing I'm going to be adding to add some sweetness is, normally I just chop up some carrots into chunks, but I have, these are from August of last year. I am going to add 2 packages of these shredded carrots from my freezer, and I also have another bag of frozen tomatoes in my freezer. I have basil in the greenhouse. I have a package of shredded squash. I'm going to chop up some onion and get that in here. As you can tell, it's already very full, so I'll probably have to let this sit on high for about an hour or so before I can add anything else, but I am going to try to fit these carrots in right now. This is how full the crock pot is, and I still don't have everything in. We'll let this sit a little while, and then I'll try to add more. This sauce is truly going to be using everything up. I have this onion powder that kind of clumped together, and I'm just going to dump the rest of that into this crock pot as well. I have this basket of stuff that I pulled out of my very sad garden, and anything that looks like it needs to be used up, I am also going to throw into the sauce, except for these peppers. What I've been doing is I'm actually just letting them dry out, and I'm going to use them as like a seasoning. I'll grind them up. It is 3:30 and it has sunken a bit. I'm going to try to give this a stir, and then the next thing I'm going to try to fit in is the shredded squash. I still have space, so I'm adding this bag of garden celery. It's like the leaves and tops for flavor, and I'm going to see how much of this frozen bag of tomatoes I can fit in. I was able to fit some of it, and I'll leave this out on the counter to thaw and add this as it continues to sink. And then I'll go outside and pick some fresh oregano and basil. So I got tired of waiting and I just shoved the rest of the tomatoes in here. They will sink down. I have this little garlic from the garden, and I'm going to peel the whole thing and just throw it right in. I'm not even chopping it because I'm going to use the immersion blender in this when I'm all done cooking it down. I have some basil from the greenhouse. I'm going to rinse it up and add it in. It is Sunday at 11:30, and this sauce, it is orange because I used some red tomatoes and some yellow tomatoes, but this sauce is still cooking up in the crock pot. There are still some chunks in it, but that's fine. It's just mostly smoothed. I used my immersion blender to blend it up. I need to wipe all this off now. I have some containers like this and some bags, and I will freeze some of this sauce, and then the rest of it I will put sausages and meatballs in and let cook on high for like 4 hours. And we'll have sausages and meatballs. I'm going to roast some broccoli and probably cook up some pasta. And then I'm also cooking up some chicken in the air fryer and making some sides for that. So it is meal prepping day. We are also trying to tackle cleaning up around the house. So I think I showed this when I was thawing it out yesterday. It's been in the fridge overnight, but I have this griller pack that was $1.99 a pound, organic chicken griller pack. I'm actually doing it in the air fryer, but I only paid $5.15 for it, and it was originally like $10 or $12. And then I have this citrusy garlic seasoning that I never use, but let's see if it has salt in it. I don't see salt. So I'm going to put salt, pepper, and this seasoning on the chicken and cook it up in the air fryer. I was just reading too quickly. This has salt in it, so it should be fine. Sorry about the sound going in the background. The air fryer is running with the chicken in it. I put that citrus seasoning on it, garlicky citrus from Trader Joe's. I have this butternut squash. I have some broccoli. I have some gluten-free noodles. The plan is just to make a bunch of sides that can go either on the side of the meatballs and sausage with pasta sauce or with the chicken. So I'm going to roast up some butternut squash, roast up some broccoli that has Parmesan garlic and lemon juice on it, and make a little bit of gluten-free pasta. Here is the delicious citrusy chicken all cooked up. And yesterday I cooked up some basmati rice in the drippings from the beef roast that we had last week, and it is delicious. Here are my containers. I'm running out of these plastic freezer containers, so I have 2. And then I am going to freeze in glass jars. Be careful when you're doing this. I'm going to let these cool completely. I left plenty of headspace for expansion, and I'm going to make sure they're upright in my freezer and not banging up against each other. So I have about half a crock pot of sauce left. I have these hot Italian sausages that I pulled out of the freezer to thaw. I'm going to cut these into chunks and throw them into the crock pot, and then I'll beat my meatballs to add in. So I pulled this ground beef out to thaw. It's grass-fed ground beef. I got it for $2.99 a pound on clearance way back when. It's been at the bottom of my deep freezer, and I just thawed it out, so it's totally fine. I have an egg. I have the meat, the egg, garlic powder, salt, pepper, onion flakes, oregano that was dried from the garden, and the seasoned gluten-free breadcrumbs. And I will mix that all together, and I'm just going to drop the meatballs straight into the hot sauce, and they will cook in there. So the meatballs and sausage are in here, and they will just cook up for, I have them on high, probably for the next 4 hours, and they should be done. And I will taste the sauce before we serve it and add any more seasonings or a little sugar or whatever it needs to taste the way I want it to. But for now, I'm just going to let this meat cook in here and season the sauce. And the veggies are roasting away in there. I'll stir them in a few minutes. Here is the roasted broccoli and the butternut squash with the cinnamon sugar. What is it called? This. Honey cinnamon camp mix. It's very good. And the crock pot is still simmering away with the meatballs and sausage. It's Saturday, September 30th, and for dinner tonight I made burrito bowls. So this is some basmati rice and ground beef with some of the last garden tomatoes and peppers and onions and seasoning. I have sour cream, guacamole, pico, and jalapenos. I also have hot sauce, cheese if we want it. So that is dinner tonight, and hopefully leftovers for lunches or other dinners this week. And here's my burrito bowl with a ton of toppings. It is Tuesday, September 26th, and for dinner tonight, well, yesterday we ate leftovers, so we either ate the chicken with the vegetable sides that I prepped in my Sunday meal prep, or the meatballs and sauce. I actually repurposed the chicken into a salad, because we have salad things here. Tonight we have steaks cooked in the air fryer. This is my second attempt at vegetables because these green beans that are in the compost had something funny in them that was in the packaging. Like, it did not look like green beans, and I couldn't identify it as another vegetable. Very weird. I wish I could show you. But I think it's buried at the bottom and I don't want to dig through it. And then I made up some mashed potatoes, which are not my husband's favorite, but they are quick and easy. And we are out of milk, so I use macadamia nut milk. So it's not perfect. So we don't have enough protein. We ate all that steak yesterday, and my husband is finishing off the chicken. There might be like one piece left. I already had chicken for lunch for 2 days and had the meatballs and sauce today, and I don't want to have that again for dinner. So I had these Trader Joe's gluten-free chicken. They're like chicken nuggets, but they're made with like whole chicken breast, not like the ground up stuff. And we had the mashed potatoes left over from last night and the veggies. So I kind of made like a makeshift KFC bowl.
They're popcorn chicken.
And yeah, they're kind of popcorn chickeny. So that's what I'm going to have for dinner. Because it's me, I'm going to put jalapenos with it. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you saw. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.